I heavily believe that all these steps that will be mentioned in this video will help you significantly improve your life. I have done all these steps, if not some of them, at some point in my life when I was like trying to better improve my life circumstances and improve my mental clarity and what I wanted. And this doesn't ever stop. Like, this will continue going on after a month, after 6 months, after a year. You will continue wanting to grow and look after yourself and make you become the best person that you possibly can be. During this process of transforming myself, if you want to say, when some of the friends could realize this, they would say demeaning comments, passive aggressive comments, almost joke about how you're changing. And I will be real with you, some people will not like it when you change yourself for the better. Some people will support you wholeheartedly and will want to encourage you to do better, but some will just not have it and will try to put you down so you can get back to their level because it's uncomfortable to see that someone's doing better than them. Try to not let this get to your head. Many people will say many things if they see that you're changing. For example, when I lost quite a bit of weight, a lot of people made comments on how I looked and said how I looked skinny now. Ugh. Just make comments about your body. I went from an insecure person that had no boundaries, little self-respect, would be addicted to my phone, addicted to social media, would hang out with anyone, wasn't stingy on who I hung out with, was happy to be around with anyone because I wasn't able to validate my own self, and I would seek this validation from other people. I'm gonna break this whole video in 4 sections. Some will be very quick points and some will be a lot longer so I can actually explain it a bit further. Body, mindset, soul, and education. As they all interlink, you will see. Eat healthy meals. Make sure they're satiating meals. You have your fiber, protein, carbs, fats. They are all very good aspects, part of your diet that we all need to include, but a lot of us struggle to have enough fiber, like fruits and vegetables, or we struggle to have enough protein. You can get this in white meat, red meat, or some vegetables. Get into the habit of making sure that you have a good breakfast, you have a good lunch, you have a good dinner. Of course, if you don't have 3 meals a day, maybe you just have 2 meals because you're not as hungry, or you have a few snacks here and there. That is okay, but make sure you are having enough food, you're not depriving yourself, making sure that you're not going to feel sluggish and you have enough energy within your body so you can carry out your tasks throughout the day. You want to make sure that your mental and physical health is great and thriving. We want to make sure that you feel good and look good, but you cannot look good if you're cutting off certain nutrients that your body needs. The gut-brain axis is very important. Your thoughts and your gut is heavily connected. If you're eating processed food constantly, your brain is going to be like, okay, this isn't good food for me. And now your brain is not going to think good thoughts. You're not going to feel good. We want to have good mental and physical health. Obviously, I have sugar. Try to aim for 80% healthy and then 20% unhealthy. If I know that my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for example, were like healthy meals, I'll say, okay, I want to have a piece of chocolate. I'll have some chocolate. Okay, my dad bought me like a muffin. I will have the muffin. I'm not going to stop myself from having these like luxuries in life because I want to lose weight or I'm trying to cut out sugar. Obviously, limiting sugar is very important, but aiming for 80% healthy and then 20% unhealthy is like a good guideline for knowing what you want to try to incorporate into your diet, what you want to more limit of, so you can get more clarity on what is good for you and what is not good for you. Because processed food isn't very good for you, but healthy organic food that naturally grows out of the ground, very, 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 very healthy for you. Coffee break. 2 liters of water, minimum 1 liter. And I will not get out of this. This is number 1. This needs to be full. If you take one thing out of this whole video, it's this and exercising. Please, you need water. It is so important for your brain health. All living species, we need water to survive. It is very important. Make sure you're having your water. Very important. I don't care if you get one of those big water bottles. Do I have it? Do I have it? Do I have it? No, I don't know. Hang on. Oh my gosh, I'm way too short for this. You know it's bad when you have to get the freaking stepping stool so you can reach the top shelf? For example, like this. I don't care if you have to use one of these to make sure that you drink 2 liters of water a day. I don't have to use this anymore because I know I'm able to at least get 1 liter of water by having my coffee and my vitamins and tea. Just by that alone, you can easily get water in and you can easily track about how much water you have in a day. Or my dad, for example, he gave me this water bottle and this is like 2.5 liters of water. Obviously, this is very hard to finish. But keeping yourself accountable and knowing like, okay, I'm going to use this today. I'm going to make sure that I finish this. And then you feel so successful after you've had it and you're like, wow, I did it. 30 minutes of exercising. A lot of us struggle to exercise. I'm not gonna lie, when I got out of like my regular sport that I did as a child and then I got into the habit, I just stopped exercising because I was just being lazy. A lot of us can't even do half an hour of exercise in a day. I don't care if that's running. I don't care if that's Pilates. I don't care if you're going on a walk. I don't care if that's yoga. Whatever it is, at least move your body in some way. Daily walks, extremely, extremely important. These two things can almost go together, I would say. Exercise is a good stress outlet for you, and it like eases your anxiety. You're focusing on another task. You're moving your body in a good way. You're forgetting about your worries in life. You're making sure you're getting like endorphins throughout your body. You're like sweating. Your brain is like working. Your body is working. You're gonna feel good. It consistently releases proteins to the brain, which is good for you. And I got into the habit of exercising for at least half an hour. On a good day, maybe 45, maybe an hour. And also then going on like a half an hour walk, getting 5,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Man, my body, after doing that for a year, I was so toned. And then if you overate for one day or something, you know that you're fine because your metabolism is going so well. And because you have a lot of muscle, this promotes your metabolism. So this is super good for your physical body and your mental clarity. So good. When you go on a walk very early in the morning, let's say the sun is shining, your brain releases cortisol and it releases dopamine because you're in the sun, you're in outside within nature. You are so within your physical body, right? You're connecting with nature, you're feeling good. Some of us don't even leave the house every day. Like I don't like leaving my house, but if I can go on a walk, I feel like I've achieved so much because I can finally relax, smell the fresh air, hear the birds outside, look at the environment around me, and I feel good. And then I normally get some sign from God. It's dopamine. You feel it's like a feel good hormone, and because you're having the sun out there within your biological clock within your body, whenever there's light, your brain releases cortisol, which keeps you awake, and then towards nighttime you release melatonin, which helps you to sleep because there's the natural daylight is gone, and then it's nighttime, so you naturally feel more tired. So when you go outside, especially early in the morning, this is so good for you. Let's say you're trying to not have coffee like for the first hour in the day, and then you go outside for a walk as your substitute. Your brain will wake up so quickly because your body's like moving already in the morning. Like I tend to exercise in the morning normally as well because I feel better, I feel more alert, I feel more awake, and then I feel ready to take on the day. I feel like I've already achieved something. Other benefits of going on the walks, it helps with your size of your hippocampus, which is like responsible for the most of your memories. It allows new connections between brain cells. It combats against the decline in like brain size. So very, very, very good for you. A lot of us also don't tend to get enough sleep. We see sleeping as a waste of time. We don't like to sleep. Why would we want to go to bed then stay up and do whatever we're doing? If you're studying for a test, let's say you didn't study at all. We have both the same people in these two circumstances. They both have the same level of intelligence. They both studied the same amount, so they both know the same amount of knowledge. This person decides to pull an all-nighter and study the whole night. The other person just decides, okay, this is all the knowledge I have. I'd only studied for a little bit amount. I'm just going to go to bed and then hope and pray that I'm going to do well. Person one is going to probably do not as well as a second person because sleeping helps consolidate your memories. It is so good for you. Your brain is actually being active in your sleep, and your subconscious mind, it like helps you to dream, which is good for you. Your brain is constantly working, especially when you're asleep. You are not wasting time, I promise you. Waking up early, a lot of people say like start off the day early. You feel a lot more productive when you wake up early and then go to bed earlier at night as well. However, it's more important that you get a good quality and quantity of sleep. Making sure you have a good bed routine. Make sure you're not going on your phone right before you go to bed. Make sure you're not looking at your phone right when you wake up. Having a good relationship with your bed, like making sure that you associate your bed only with sleeping and do all the other tasks like in your living room. Making sure that your last meal isn't like super close to when you go to bed. It's not like a super heavy meal, so you're not like feeling so bloated and gross. It's so good for recharging your body and helping your cognitive function. You are not wasting time when you sleep. Please prioritize this area. So good for you. I'm feeling the most productive. Waking up at around like maybe 4, maybe 6. I'm out of the bed. I had my coffee, journal, I read. I feel so great. I exercise. Feel like I start the day early and fresh. What I started to do when I was really trying to focus on myself was reading self-help books and informational books, like non-fiction books on nutrition, your mindset, how to take care of yourself, like those sort of topics I found super interesting and I gained so much knowledge out of it. So try to aim for reading at least 1 book a month. So then by the end of the year, you've read like 12 books when some people haven't even read one. Gratitude journaling and journaling in general is so good for your mind and your mental health. There are so many types of journals you can do. You can do do a gratitude journal. You can do a sleep journal, a dream journal, a planning journal, a bullet journal, a food and water journal, a traveling journal. So many journals you can do, and it's so good for your cognitive function. When you do a gratitude journal plus a manifestation journal, it shifts you from a negative mindset to a more positive mindset. You're focusing on the good rather than focusing on the bad qualities in your life. You're reducing the amount of stress you feel, you're reducing the anxiety, so you feel more clarity, and you feel overall a lot better within your own body. You're getting into a better frame of mind, you're going to get better sleep, you're going to feel like you have more energy. So much more helpful when you start off the day with journaling or going to bed with journaling, and then you just feel refreshed to take on the day or get a good night's rest. Trying to limit the screen use in general, and then limiting the screen use right before you go to bed or right when you wake up. I used to get in a really bad habit that immediately when I would wake up, I would look at my phone, respond to messages, check my social media. I feel so much better when I just go straight to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my hair, make sure I look great, I look clean, I have an outfit on already, I make myself a coffee, and then I start my routine for the day. I've gotten into the habit when I feel like I should just go on my phone and scroll, because I used to be so addicted to all my social media. When I would substitute that with either reading, or I would go on a walk, or I would work on my goals, I felt so much more productive because I wasn't filling my time with watching TV and filling my subconscious mind with some random information that doesn't belong up there. Some of you just consume any content. You watch horror movies and then you wonder why you have so many nightmares. You're going on social media, so constantly looking at people's body, how they live their life. Then you're feeling insecure. And then you're comparing constantly when you go out in public, comparing your lives to other people, putting other people down in your head. You're like, oh, this girl doesn't look great because of this. This man doesn't look great because of this. And you don't feel great in your own skin. You're feeling inadequate. Meditation, amazing. I got out of the habit of meditation, I'm not gonna lie. Starting meditation for myself, at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This is like the bare minimum time that you can do. If you struggle to at least focus for 5 minutes, try for a minute, and then the next day 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If you struggle with meditation without any music, try to put relaxing calm music on, like frequencies. If you struggle with that, put guided meditations on online. There are so many guided meditations that you can follow, which help you to actually get a sort of guideline. And I struggled to just meditate just in general because I was like, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to let thoughts come in, but you're supposed to also focus on what you're doing. How I meditate, if I'm doing a guided meditation, I listen to what the person's saying. If I don't listen to a guided meditation, I focus on my breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And whenever there's like a thought that comes into my head, I accept whatever thought is coming into my head, and then I slowly like push it away so I can focus on what I'm doing. When you meditate, this is so good for mental clarity. You're going to think so much clearer because we have thousands of thoughts racing through our heads every single day. Once you are able to focus on this, your attention span is going to skyrocket, especially with your relationship to your phone, content in general. We all have a very, very limited attention span. It's very short. So when you do this, your attention span is going to increase, which is going to help you to study and listen to people more attentively. This list continues. Focusing on your own goals and actually sticking with it and staying focused. Setting and completing your to-do list, it's very important. A lot of people look at our to-do list is like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this stuff. Like I have to vacuum, I have to dust, I have to go shopping. Be grateful that you have these like responsibilities in life and you're at least privileged enough to do these. Some people don't even have food every day and you're complaining that you're able to go shopping for food. Like, no. That's why I changed my perspective of my to-do list as get to-do list. I feel so much more privileged and more grateful for the things I have to do in life because, I get to go clean my own house. I get to live in a clean space and make myself feel so much clearer. If you live by yourself, clean your house. If you have your own room to yourself, clean your room. Okay, I don't care that more intelligent people tend to be more messy, but cleaning your space, you will think way more clearer. There was like this study done as well that although intelligent people live in a more messy environment because of whatever reason, people that live in messy environments also tend to think less clearer because they've got so much going on, there's stress. Whatever room you have, show me your room and I can tell you what mental space you're in. If you have a clean room, I can guarantee you, you're feeling great within your own skin. You're feeling great about your life, even though if your life is falling apart. If you're at least making sure your space is clean so you don't have to worry about that, I just know you're doing A-okay. But if you show me your room is like dirty, there's like clothes lying around, clean it. No. We're not doing that here. Work on your self-esteem, your confidence. Do shadow work for yourself. Maybe have a shadow work journal. Make sure you understand that what sort of habits you tend to fall into from when you were raised as a child and you were growing up, and now you're like, okay, now I understand why I do these certain things in my life because when I was a child, I was told this a lot. Another coffee break. Goal setting. extremely important for making sure that you have a purpose in life and getting clear on what you want. I tend to make goals for myself for what I want in a month, every 3 months, 6 months, and a year. Then I can hold myself accountable and be like, okay, these are the goals I've set. What goals have I achieved? What goals haven't I achieved? Why did I achieve them? Why didn't I achieve them? And then I can see, okay, if I didn't achieve them, did I put effort in my goals? Did I not put effort? Okay, then clearly why I didn't achieve them. I didn't even put effort in the first place. And then you feel great after you realize that you achieved a goal, or you wrote something down in your journal and you're like, oh my gosh, I wrote this down. Maybe I didn't put conscious effort into it, but I manifested it then. People normally like to use SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and then time bound. Making sure that your goals fit within those qualities, then you're like, okay, I know I can achieve this. And something that I like to live by a lot: if someone else can achieve that goal, why can't I achieve it? I tend to listen to a motivational podcast or audio. If you want to record an audio for yourself, like, I'm great, I'm amazing, I'm special, I'm unique, whatever, like a self-love affirmations playlist or whatever, you can make this yourself. You can see so many online. There are so many things that you can do. I like to listen to podcasts that are educational, but they are also motivational so they can make you feel better. These increase your self-esteem so much and you feel so much more better in your own body. Aiming for a growth/winner mindset. Whenever there's an opportunity thrown at you, take it if you want to take it. Don't stop yourself from taking it. If you see that there's like an issue arising within your life and like maybe conflict, take it as an opportunity to learn and grow from it. And then you can be like, okay, I'm so much more wiser from this experience. I learned this and this and this and this and this. If you want to have a loser's mindset, if an opportunity is thrown at you, if you want to take it and then you're like, okay, maybe I just won't take it because I'm too scared of taking action in my. If there's a bad life circumstance at you, then be like, why is this happening to me? I can't believe that my life is not perfect. Everything's so easy for everyone. Pursue constant learning to gain more knowledge. It's so good for you. Take courses, read educational books, speak to more people, seek knowledge on podcasts, watch documentaries. I don't care what it is. There are so many things so you can become more knowledgeable. And then with all this knowledge, when you speak to more people, you can have more in-depth conversations instead of like having very surface level conversations with people. This will also increase your emotional intelligence and social intelligence when you're speaking to people. And you won't just be like academically smart. We all need to focus on deep work. And there's even a book that I'm reading about this. I think it's by Cal Newport. Active listening and active focusing when you're doing a task or listening to other people. And I believe that also connects to the road less traveled. When people are talking to you, actively listen to what they're saying and actually process and articulate what are they saying? Why are they saying this? How can I respond to this? So you can respond wisely and actually have a very good conversation with them. When you're doing a task, put your phone on silent so you don't get distracted. It will take you 10 times longer to complete a task if you're responding to emails and then working, responding to emails, then working, or responding to a friend and then working. It's going to take you 10 times longer. You're going to take a whole detour on what you actually want to do in life, and you're focusing on all these minuscule tasks that are very important to you, but you're just giving into them for that little hit of dopamine or little hit of, okay, I achieved this, but I'm procrastinating because I don't want to even look at this big task that I have to focus on. Visiting new places, traveling. I don't care if you don't have any friends and you want to go on a walk by yourself, take a new route that you don't normally go on. Go to a dog park with your dog, go to a cafe, go to the cinemas by yourself, go shopping by yourself. Expose yourself to new circumstances or new places because this is so good for your brain health. You're going to expose yourself to different cultures if you're traveling. You're going to expose yourself to new areas, which makes you so much more aware of what's around you, and you're actually going to take notice of what's going on. Now, most importantly, I should have probably said this at the start. I'm going to say it now. Setting a routine for yourself. I have a morning and I have a night routine for myself. I have a sort of basis for what I want. It isn't technically like a timetable of this time to this time I'm doing this, to this time I'm doing this. I have a set baseline of, okay, every day I want to learn this language. For half an hour, I want to at least read. For half an hour, I want to at least go on a walk today. For half an hour, I want to work on a video today. I want to also read a prayer today. I'm going to write a prayer. I want to journal today. I want to make sure that my house is clean before I go to bed. I want to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Those are just some of the things that I do every day besides my 30 minutes of exercising. You see how there isn't a set timeline, but it's I want to do this and this and this. Okay, but I'll do it around this time and around this time. So then you have a set clear idea for yourself that these are the sort of things that I want to achieve and work on. For people that are just starting, setting a timetable for yourself could actually help you focus on doing these tasks so you don't really get distracted or fall into your bad habits or procrastinate. So then you understand, like, okay, now it's this time, so now I'm going to do this. Or you can say in your head, 3, 2, 1, okay, now I'm going to do this. If you really struggle to do your task or whatever you're doing, say to yourself, okay, I'm at least going to do this for 2 minutes. After those 2 minutes go, then you're like, okay, I may as well just continue working on it because it's been 2 minutes. And then you're going to fly through the task, and then you enter a flow state and you feel great. It's going to give you a purpose in life because then you have like a set schedule for yourself, knowing that on these days I'm going to be working on this, and then you have like a set guideline for yourself. And then when you have hobbies like drawing, reading, it makes you feel so much more fulfilled because you're working on self-care. You're making yourself feel good. You're working on what your inner child actually likes doing. Maybe you didn't get that enough as a child, but then you realize, okay, as a child I really like painting. I'm going to go back into painting because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel more creative. It makes me feel great. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any recommendations on how I can better improve my content to better suit your needs, or if you have any content ideas that you would like to see in the future, please write down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. I love to hear anything that you'd love to say. I love you all so much. I hope you have a lovely day or you have a lovely night. If it's 12 a.m., please go to bed. But yeah, that's basically it. But I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye!